I'm so fed up with Palestinian gaslighting. For more than 70 years, they've been acting like they're the victims while carrying out countless acts of violence against us. They've raised entire societies, entire generations in complete and total anti-Semitic indoctrination that embraces and rewards violence. They're raising their future leaders to make decisions based on emotion, not logic, and certainly not based on the interest of their own society. You can point to literally every single global incident and you will find Palestinians trying to hijack that and make it about themselves. If that's not enough, every disgusting act of violence that they carry out against Israel, they deny took place, while simultaneously praising it and trying to do the same thing again. For example, they claim the Holocaust didn't take place at the same time they revere Hitler and call for genocide and are actively trying to carry out a genocide against the Jewish people today. Or more recently, they claimed that Hamas terrorists didn't use sexual violence as a method of war, that Hamas didn't harm civilians, and in some cases that Hamas even protected civilians that they kidnapped. Meanwhile, they're praising the kidnapping of women and children and calling for more October 7th. It's like they're so jealous that they're even jealous of the tragic things that happen to Israelis. I mean, Hamas rapes Israeli women and girls, and they respond by falsely claiming that Israel raped women and girls. Hamas murdered babies, and Palestinians falsely claim that the IDF murdered babies. Israelis survived the Holocaust, so Palestinians make an entire identity and nationality founded on Nakba when their leaders have been offered a state 5 times and rejected. I mean, this whole victimhood model, it's now being exported by their supporters. For example, we see now in the student protest that these individuals who are utterly incapable of intellectual debate are claiming that they are now the victims and that they're scared of the Zionist or pro-Israel people, when they've spent the last 6 months terrorizing Jewish communities, screaming at them, harassing them, showing up to their events to intimidate them and disrupt, threatening them, gaslighting them, and telling them that the terrorism they just experienced wasn't real, in some cases violently assaulting them. All this while simultaneously holding illegal protests where these imbeciles chant for the genocide of the Jewish people and explicit support for violent terrorist organizations that murder and oppress not only Israelis, but women, LGBTQ, and children across the Middle East. They're burning American and Israeli flags while waving flags of Hezbollah, supporting Hamas, and chanting in support of the Houthis. They advocate for the destruction of the Western world and then think they can gaslight us by claiming that they are victims. Well, you're not victims. You're the colonizers. You're the oppressors, not Israel. The Palestinian cause has become this manufactured, attention-seeking, narcissistic gaslighting.